Making sure everything's working. What's going on here? All right, just making sure that everything is up of date because again, just want to make sure that I'm not lagging too much behind on here. And all right, now we're actually live. Now I can see on my phone. Just always I do the double check to make sure. So,
Right.
good evening once again, everyone. I am, of course, Hunter, aka the Ultra American TTRPGer, aka the Jim Jones of Classic Gaming. And also, and again, you are here on another episode of A Witch and a Paladin with my co-host having to sound off from the corporeal beyond here because she's having camera issues. So
Ooh, I will be the voice of the unknown tonight. How are you, Hunter?
I'm doing pretty good. Just a lot of stuff's going on this week, that's for sure.
Yeah, that pesky planet Mercury must be in retrograde again with all of the planetary alignments messing with all of the functioning things.
Who knows? But I did get a mail call today. I got a couple new games.
Whoop
Uh,
whoop.
first first one I got, it's the Syndicate, and it's by this Mr. Big fella here. And this game actually, so did you saw a couple months ago where me, Patty, and or some of our friends we did that 10 die system game?
I sure did, and I am very familiar with Mr. Big as we collaborated on Mr. Big's Magical Guide to Gambling together.
Ah,
So
that's
that is
right.
a co-author. Wonderful shout out. Glad
Yep,
to have him on featured on our program here.
yep. So this is just it uses that exact same system, but it's mafia style gaming.
Very
So
cool.
let me
Very
see.
cool.
Yep, and I know he did it was like a combination in PDF. It was the game plus like some mafia history
Mm.
stuff at one
Mm-hmm.
point. So this one's just that game section by itself. But I figured,
Wow.
and I'm trying to see what he's gotten here because you could be like the Irish, the Italians, the Russians, or the Chinese, or like the four different like mafia groups you can play on that
Families.
game. So yep, and then
Cool.
and then this one, I'm actually friends with this author. This is called Overlife. It is a tech noir role playing game. So it's very
Ooh.
much it's kind of like a it's kind of like an early 2000s cyberpunk kind of vibe is what I feel like. Towards still got that 2000s vibe, but it's very much a cyberpunk setting.
Mm-hmm.
And what's really cool about this is I meant to get the post to show you earlier, but he's actually working on a what's the word I'm looking for? A he's like a vigilante noir supplement that takes place like 100 years before the events of this game.
Oh,
So
so kind of like a tandem thing where, it plays off of each other. You can go from one realm to the next, maybe.
yeah, and I think I want to say it's a 2d6 system. I think, but instead of the and it's instead of like the Power by the Apocalypse one, this one's like a roll your 2d6, and you have a
Okay.
target number you're trying to beat. If I recall, I haven't read through this game as much, even though I had the PDF for a while. But I finally got the book, and I've been wanting to do some stuff with this like just on the back burner. Like I got so many things I want to do with my games I own, anyways. But definitely when I
Right.
saw that he was doing like that vigilante noir game and like the designs he was making for it, just the kind of the preview, I was like, I want to play that because
Yeah.
I. Because how many times have we wished, like, especially because the vibes I got, well, I was getting very much like Rorschach vibes from The Watchmen.
Yeah, yeah, very cool. Very different. A style that not too many people will endeavor in, if you will.
Okay, and then I was going to talk about something else. Oh, just because something fun I've been listening to because it's been mentioned on and off. Did you hear about Stephen Colbert's show getting canceled?
I actually did hear about that, and I got a chuckle. I don't know if you're a fan or not, but seems that late night is going the way of the dinosaurs. There's really no reason to be awake at night anymore. So,
I haven't watched late night since Jay Leno's show got canceled. He was really the only one I.
haha, I
The
figured it
witch
out.
has came. The witch is. She's alive. She's alive. Uh,
Apparently, all you have to do is, try to mess with the OBS settings and then switch the camera over and trip it up and Yeah, it's a whole big thing. But I'm here. I
So,
made it.
question I didn't need to ask yet because I meant to ask this before we started. Am I too loud on my end? Because I was listening back to some of our previous episodes, and I feel like I'm really loud sometimes. I don't know if it's just because I'm naturally like a loud talker, or if it's something I gotta do with my volume settings. So,
No.
oh, and you're good.
There I
Oh,
go. All
nope,
right,
there
there
you
I
are.
am again. Wow, that's weird. I don't hear you too loud in my headphones, so as long as nobody else has complained about the audio, I'm okay.
Yeah, to our current two listeners, which are, if Patty's in there, he'll speak up at some point, or he'll arrive late because I think he usually works till like because he's like I think 2 hours behind me. I think so. It's like maybe 4:30 his time, so he could
Mhm.
just be getting off work right now for all I know. So,
Yeah.
but if I am too loud to the current listeners in here, just let me know in the chat. If I don't see it on the studio here, I got it pulled up on my phone over here, so I'll see the comments still and I can respond that way. So, I got a very special treat for us today, and this
Ooh.
is and you don't know at all. I think the game that we're reviewing. I've thrown clues out there, and some people already, to their horror, know what game I'm presenting today. But as you have
To
no
their
clue what.
horror. Oh
Yes,
my.
but this is actually a game that's been reviewed by a couple people I know in the circles I run through.
Okay.
But when I actually got my hands on a PDF, if I had a pirate hat, I put it on right now because I like to sailing the seven seas of the internet as I like to do sometimes. But and again, it's been reviewed, and I was looking through the document as because I found it, and I was reading through it, and I'm like, this is not something that you could just look through and just talk about. This is something like I think you would be more grotesque by if you actually just straight up played through it. So
Mhm.
what we're going to do is because like I told you earlier, you need a deck of playing cards, and I said 2d6, but you only need one to start with. The 2d6 will come up later, depending on how the game goes. So yeah, you'll have 1d6 to start, and then depending on events, you will end up rolling 2d6.
I did have to raid Monopoly.
So that's before I need to ship you like a set of like those polyhedral dice or something, just so you have a
Oh,
set.
you would break my heart considering how many dice I've let go over the years. You know, the Crown Royal bags full of so many pastimes and memories that ended up in a police impound station, but that's a story for another day. Yeah.
They
Yeah.
were all in the Crown Royal bag, but I wanted to put them in something a little more sturdier. And then I was at my first convention I was at this past weekend, which was really awesome. I posted stuff on and off bound on my X. Oh, and if you want to follow either one of us on X, as always, links are located in the descriptions below the video. Oh, and also go and check out Patty's shirt. I'm wearing his Paladin shirt today,
Those
which is
white dwarf summer shirts.
yep,
That's
get
freaking
those.
rocking.
Yeah, because and those are only up. I want to think he said till September. I think those white dwarf shirts will be available till. So get them while they have them. Get you a Paladin shirt. Get you the game like you got a pair of shirt that I wore to celebrate my own little Pride Month with, as I like to call it as. So
And they do
and
have an extensive list of different things. I know that Patty's got some socks. He's got a tank top. There's a t-shirt, and the button-down shirt that he has that he wears all the time is really nice too. So check out that merch, guys. People are
yep,
making it. It's great.
and that link is also in the description below. And also while you're at it, if I can get it to pop up, yep.
There it
Oh,
is.
very tiny. Let me see if I can. There we go. Get yourself Wretched Dixie,
There
my
you
first
go.
ever TTRPG element that I made for the Wretched RPG by the Red Room, where you can play in the Civil War, during the American Civil War, and there's some folklore stuff thrown in there. Fight yourself a Growl, fight yourself some Dogmen, maybe go up against a Bigfoot. Who knows? All right, now let's get all those off here. Now, before I share anything, I'm going to read to you the introduction to this game I will be reading. I will be running for you today.
Hmm. Let's get into it.
All right, hold on. I'm going to try to minimize this a little bit on my end first, so that way I can still see your face when I read this, because this will be very, very interesting. All right, let me get there. You are a woman in her late 20s. Life has not been kind to you. as much as you have tried to make things work. Your career was a mess, you were estranged from those who were supposed to love you, and you felt utterly lost in your life, not knowing who you were and what you were supposed to do. But things changed when you met him, a handsome, intelligent young doctor who came into your life and saw the light in you where everyone else saw emptiness. Oh, and I want to point this out because I thought this was interesting. They capitalized him in this game. So it is him with a capital
What are we
H.
dealing with, the Powerpuff Girls? Like, what the hell?
Nope. Just, let me read through all this. Okay, where everyone else saw emptiness. Like you, he's lived a lonely life. Deep beneath his confident personality and self-assured composure, you know that there's a vulnerable, forlorn little boy who just wants to be loved. To love him became your purpose. To truly live was to live with him and for him. As time went on, you fell deeper in love as you grew further and further away from your friends and family, to the point where they barely seemed to exist anymore. That's okay, though. No one's ever made you feel the way he's made you feel. With him, you finally feel safe. So when he offers you a room in his mansion where the both of you can live together in bliss for the rest of your lives, you say yes, even if the sole condition is that you'll be surgically and mentally transformed into a horse. an entirely
Okay.
an entirely
There's
new
the twist.
an entirely new body and mind is such a small price to pay for a lifetime of peace and happiness, you think. Let me introduce you to the weird cult phenomenon that kind of is talked about in my circle that is called Horse Girl. Let me get that pulled up.
Can I time out for just a second and ask, if you change my mind, like remove my mind, am I even me anymore? How does that work? I understand the
There,
physical transformation, but he had specifically said mind, right?
yes, and
Okay.
look at that. Look at that wonderful cover that is into that game there.
Oh goodness. Now, isn't there truly a YouTuber that lives this life? I feel like I've seen this in my searches
Are
once
you talking about
before.
the Twitch streamer that thought you that says she's a deer? Is that who you're referring to?
No, she's actually a horse. She lives as a horse. She's got, I want to say she wears the mask. And she's never been photographed
I
without the mask, the horse mask.
I do not know.
I'm gonna have
I'd
to
be
look
very
that.
intrigued to know if this is a thing or not.
Yeah,
I don't
this
know if
is
there's a way
giving
if you
major vibes, major vibes.
all right. So, Horse Girl is supposed to be. It's a solo journaling game. So she will run GM lists, but I'm going to be. But for you, I'm going to somewhat kind of GM this, so that way we figure out because I'm basically as you draw the cards, there are things I'll read off, and it describes different aspects of what you're going through.
Cool.
So let me pull this back up, and I will continue to read
Fun.
because and here's the what the author said, dedicated to all those who have had their lives irreparably ruined by the choices they made under sound mind. Which
Oh,
I don't know how much of sound mind you'd be considered with this.
yeah, it's interesting that they keep going back to this mind topic. This is going to get really fun. I can feel it.
Yeah, this game includes grotesque body horror, torture, dehumanization, bestiality, pregnancy, sexual situations, and consenting to have horrible things done to you by someone you love. Read and play with caution, keeping in mind that you could take a break or stop completely at any time. This is not a game about success or failure. This is not a game about escape. This game is meant to be challenging, harrowing, emotional, and downright grotesque exploration of your transformation. If that doesn't sound fun to you, that's intentional. Remember that you can change, ignore, rewrite, or abandon any part of this game that you want.
Oh, we are gonna, and it's gonna get interesting.
All right, so
I
hold
want
on.
to, yeah, I want to see how sensitive and delicate these people's natures truly are. This is so much more insightful for the people that write these games than the individuals who play these games.
Yeah. All right. So this bottom part is just telling you like what it is. Like I said, it's a solo. Now, originally, this you're supposed to play this game with a Jenga tower because as you draw the card, some cards have you pull from the tower. But this game does provide optional rules, and we will be using one of those optional rules today for this, since we're playing online.
Oh, yeah, absolutely. Well,
So,
they
to,
said we could bend as
yeah.
we please.
hmm So, to play, you will need a standard deck of cards with jokers removed, a six-sided die, 10 tokens, and it gives, for examples for tokens, as fingernail clippings and apple seeds.
Oh, yeah, no, I would use poker chips, but tokens,
Yeah,
I know we'll see if we need them for real or not.
let's see. A Jenga or other tumbling block tower, a red marker or pen to draw on your naked skin.
See, now this is some shit that somebody else has written to in fantasize about other people playing the game. I don't think
Yeah,
that that is well,
yeah,
but we'll see. We'll see how
yeah,
necessary it is to gameplay.
yeah. Because the idea is there's cards you pull that represent the surgeries you have, and what you do with the red marker is you're supposed to literally like mark on your skin where you had those surgeries. Is the whole
I'm sure I
intention
can
why
yeah, I
he
could
has you suggest
totally use
that?
my imagination, but I get
Yeah.
this, this is something that I've noticed a lot of people are really, like, about the acting out of it almost to the
All
Nazi
right.
side of it.
All right. Hold on. Sorry, you broke up there for a second. Did hear what you said, so we're
Oh,
all
no,
good
yeah, no, I was just
for
saying
now
that
on my
they
end. So okay. Oh, this is a fun read. Hmm? Hey, what?
Oh, we must be lagging a little bit off. No, I was just saying that some people get too crazy into the actual acting out of these games sometimes.
Mm, yeah, that's right. Especially when you go into some of the other games, like how much people. Because I think we were talking about how, like, yeah, that was the last time show we did together. Was we were talking about how people want to emulate themselves into the games, and I'm always on the side of why would I want to play as myself in a game where I could be anything?
True story.
All right. All right, so this is a fun part. I like to read this bottom part here. For the full experience, I recommend you play the game completely naked while immersed in nature.
All right, 2 out
The
of
author of this game suggests
3
that.
ain't bad. We're immersed in nature, so let's go with that. I don't think the internet would appreciate the, view of such a thing, but I digress.
Well, okay, so if you don't know who James Raggi is, he is the creator of the RPG Lamentations of the Flame Princess, which is supposed to be like the edge lord of RPGs. Now, he has been known to have done live videos completely naked, but covered up enough to where you don't see any of those private parts of it. But he is just bare all in some of the videos he's recorded of himself doing.
Men only have one certain area that they have to really particularly worry about. That's a lot easier.
That is
One
true.
one isn't necessarily close to their face either.
All right. So as we continue, okay, here we go. The tower alternatives. So the one we're going to be using today is going to be the countdown dice. So it says set aside a number of dice with their display values equaling 30. And I actually have here a 30-sided dice that I'm
Perfect.
going to be using to keep down for the countdown on my end.
This is
And
a
then I
two-man
need you to
job.
do is, yeah, go ahead and roll that d6 for me. And this DC represents your already deteriorating body as you're
Oh,
going through these
fun.
procedures. And we're going to take that total off of this d30.
3.
All right, so down to 27. And
Not too
with this
shabby.
rule set, whenever you draw a card and the card asks, and when I read the whole prompt off to you and it says to pull from the tower, I just subtract 1 from this thing, from the dice, basically.
Okay.
And then it
It's
says
like
down
a
here,
hit
if
points.
kind of sort of yes, because what you'll do is it kind of separates it in months. So each month, quote unquote, you roll a d6, and whatever it lands, you draw that many cards for
Oh,
that
okay.
month, and then I will read you the prompts, and then there's things that happen or may not happen, and I will go over all those as they kind of pop up.
All
So,
right.
and then as we get down to the 2d6s, once we reach 12 down here, my mouse, I can get my mouse. Once you reach 12, each time it's reduced from that 12, that's when you roll your 2d6. And if it's rolled equal to or higher than, the tower then is considered to have fallen, and the game is over. And then how it ends on your end depends on like the last king card you drew, because the king cards in this game ultimately determine how the transformation ends, basically.
Yeah, well, that sounds very situational. I don't think it's gonna come together until you get into how we do the interactions, right?
Yep. So okay, so what you have the card shuffled up. The suits are divided into four different categories. Your hearts are him, your savior, your paramour, your everything that you ever wanted. A gifted doctor and surgeon. He's as well equipped to disfigure you as he is to take care of you.
And he likes the latter, apparently.
uh, Diamonds are us, which is like you and him. It's everything you wanted, and it's all the happy, and it's the happiest you've ever been. Sure, it's not all sunshine and smiles, and sometimes you feel just as miserable as you were before you met him. But nothing's meant to be perfect, right? Right?
I think I just did a post with that this morning.
Yeah. Uh, Clubs is the remembering which is like you're remembering your past, even though it's far behind you by now. The past still rummages around in your head like a parasite. Now that you have a lot of time to yourself, remembering is pretty much all you do now.
Well, what
And
about
then
a him and the love and the everything? Boy, this is getting
the
pretty full.
and then the last the spades is your transformation, your surgical and mental transformation into your new life, courtesy of him. You're not sure not to feel about it yet, but it'll make him happy, and that's enough for now.
Yeah, somebody has a very sick fetish.
Yep. And remind me once we get this done to show you the X profile for this dude and what he looks like.
That'll be the big reveal.
Yep. Right. All right. So you got your deck all shuffled and ready to go.
Sure do. Sure do.
All right. Then roll that D6 for me. And let's see
All
how many
right.
cards you're drawing for the first month.
Haha, all six.
All right. Oh, one thing I wanted to do for those who are listening, if you do decide to do any Rebel Rants tonight, for every dollar that you Rebel Rant, Georgia has to draw. George has to draw another card on top of what she did rolls on the dice.
There you go. There's incentive for you.
I
Let's
figured that
see
would be
how
a fun
sick
little
your
thing to
audience
do.
is.
All right, so draw the first of your six cards and tell me what it is.
We have a seven of, what is that? Spades.
Seven of spades. So you
That's it.
going right into your first transformation.
That's right.
Going
Well,
scroll.
that's love. We want to share the love. And of course, he can't get down with a girl, so that's what makes me
All right.
perfect.
You said seven of spades.
Yeah.
That you start your saddle training. A good horse must be rideable by her owner, he says as he puts a saddle on your back. You are
I
put on
told
a
you.
vicious muscle building regimen where you are trained to carry his weight on your back, hardening your core into an ugly, bulging barrel of muscle. By the end of the month, you get used to carrying him on your back as he digs his heels into your girthy sides. And you pull from the tower. So we subtract one from my D30 here, down to 26.
Well, you know what happens if you break a horse too fast? They die, right?
Exactly. All right. Pull card number two.
All right, Jack of clubs.
Jack of clubs. Okay. Uh, you're remembering your hurts. You remember all the shitty, hurtful things you've done to the people around you. You remember how you did them because you wanted to protect yourself. You remember how they were supposed to care. This is why you need him in your life. At least with him around, you can trust yourself to not be powerful enough to hurt him. And we pull from the tower again. So we're going down more.
I don't know why that logic doesn't really make sense. If they hurt me, then why the fuck do I care what in the hell I did to them? That don't make no sense.
Yeah. Some of the stuff in here really doesn't make any sense. I will tell you that now. So
I'm sorry if I'm ruining the illusion for the audience, but yeah, no, fuck them guys. That's why I'm here. I'm at the ranch now, bitch, and I'm getting fat and strong.
right, card number 3,
All right, number 3. Ooh, this should be fun. This is King of Clubs.
King of
We have
Clubs.
him.
Okay, this will be uh clubs. No, clubs is still your remembrance.
Oh, I thought Kings was
Safety.
him.
You remember the night you truly opened up to him. No, they're separated. No, the hearts is the him category.
Ah, okay. Ah, gotcha.
Yeah, the clubs are remembering your past, and
Okay.
so the king of clubs is you remember is safety. You remember the night you truly opened up to him and poured out the length and breadth of your pain in choked sobs. You remember how he kissed you on the forehead after, gave you a tight hug, and looked at you with zero judgment. You remember that moment as the safest you had ever felt up till that point. Pull from the tower. Do not discard this card. Set it aside where you can see it.
So just pull a card and do I tell you what it is?
No, don't set that card aside. Just
Okay.
keep it out there for now. Because what?
Well, here, I'll
Because
pull a different one because I looked at that one. Okay. So I'll just pull it off to the side. Done.
yeah. So King of Clubs. So whenever you draw a king, you'll end up setting that to the side, and whichever king is the fourth one that you pull, that will kind of determine like how this ends. If you end up drawing all 4 kings before like the countdown die reaches its limit.
Okay.
All
Gotcha.
right.
So
So that
keep
was
that separate from the other ones.
yes. So that it
Gotcha.
was that card 3. I think a 6.
No. Which one? The
The
one.
the king of clubs that you just drew. That was card 3 of 6, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
So next card, draw card number 4.
Ace of diamonds.
Okay. Ace of diamonds. Drawing boundaries. In the moment
Wait,
of
there
tenderness, he crosses a
shouldn't
line.
be any.
Hmm?
There shouldn't be any. But anyways, go ahead.
And in a moment of tenderness, he crosses a line with you. However, this causes you to realize yourself as an equal partner in this relationship and draw a set of hard boundaries with him, which he is obliged to respect. He's nothing without you, after all. Do not discard this card. Also, set this aside where you can see it.
Okay, see, now that doesn't even make sense either. Is he the boss or is he not the boss? Like, I'm getting real confused now. This is this is
I mean,
crazy.
yep, it really doesn't make any sense.
No, but that's
All right.
okay. We're getting broken in the first night, but we're also being super sensitive and being emotionally supported while physically abused. But then it goes too far. It's too far.
Yeah.
And when he realizes it's too far, that's when he backs off. That's how good I
Yep.
am. Go ahead.
Yep. Card number 5.
Oh, yeah, got to pull that. Oh, goodness. Four of
Yep.
spades.
We're 4 spaces. Yeah, we're still in the first month of technically of your transformation process.
We're the first day.
You you said 4 of spades, right?
Yeah.
Sleep therapy. Sleep. I can't speak. Sleep therapy. He implants titanium locks into your elbows and knees, which allows you to pop your joints out and lock them in a standing position. Once your wounds have healed, he trains you to sleep upright on all fours through a series of meditative hypnosis treatments, but only for minutes at a time. The lack of sleep causes you to lose track of time as the nights pass by, but eventually you learn to dream within seconds of closing your eyes. Draw red dotted lines across your eyes and pull from the tower.
Does that mean, to grab a card? Is that what pull from the
No,
tower? Or
this
is that the Jenga thing? Okay.
yeah, if you pulling from the tower is when you were doing the Jenga, but for in this instance, it's I subtract one from the die, so we're now at 23 currently
Nice.
going down.
Now, this is a particularly interesting box. Do you mind reading that one more time for me? Because I'm a little confused about my joints at this point. Am I able to sleep upright, or is he depriving me of sleep by forcing me to remain upright all the time? I'm confused. And that's not therapy, that would be torture.
Yeah, from the way it sounds like you eventually do learn to sleep, but it's basically he's training you how to do it like a horse, where they stand up to do it. Because it says he implants titanium locks into your elbows and knees, which allows you to pop your joints out and lock them in a standing position. Once your wounds have healed, he trains you to sleep upright on all fours through a series of meditative hypnosis treatments, but only for minutes at a time. The lack of sleep causes you to lose track of time as the nights pass by, but eventually you learn to dream within seconds of closing your eyes.
That's very confusing. I feel like that should have been edited a little bit better because none of that really makes any sense. Normal people would think that your limbs locking would mean that you're in a, standing position. And I do understand that, he wants to make a doggy style position almost, but I don't know, that whole paragraph kind of made was the most uncomfortable part of this entire process so far, that paragraph structure.
Yeah. I did not need that mental image in my head that you just
I'm
shared just
sorry.
now. You're not, though.
Anyways,
All
oh goodness.
right.
So where are we? We're at the 4,
The
or I'm sorry,
final,
5, the
that was
last card.
fives.
Mhm.
Yep. Card number six, the final one to end the first month of all this chaos.
More spades, 2 of spades.
Bedrooming. He finishes constructing your new bedroom, complete with a grand king-size bed made of hay and intricate paintings of grasslands and mountains stretching from corner to corner. He tells you that this will be your new stable, where the both of you are to sleep in every night. In a matter of minutes, you're helping him to break it in. Oh my god, that was not another mental image I needed either. While the bedding is rough and itchy, you imagine you'll get used to it soon enough. Oh god.
That's so funny to me because didn't you just train my ass to sleep standing up? So how comfortable is it gonna be for you to go to bed with me if I'm standing and you're laying the fuck down? That just doesn't seem like it's gonna work very well. Maybe it's
I
just
have.
me.
Alright. Alright, well, that was just now. Again, this is the first month of all this because again, separating months. So now roll that d6 again, and let's see what month number 2 is going to give us.
I survived the first month. Oh, 1. That's a good thing.
All right. So just draw one card then from the deck.
That means it's been a real easy month. I'm a good learner. 6 of clubs.
6 of clubs. Okay. Okay, here we go. So this again, clubs is remembering. So you remember your grandparents. Your grandparents died when you were very young. Mommy and daddy rarely mentioned them at all, leaving you to wonder what they were really like. You wonder about what sort of mother you'd want to be, and if you'd ever tell your foals about your parents.
Well, okay, first off, I'm going to say that this person does not know much about family and or animals. They're having a trouble with the dynamics of being this horse girl person thing, and I am highly disrespected as being this entity at this moment in time. But number 2, what the fuck my grandparents got to do with anything if I don't even remember them? You couldn't come up with something better? Like what?
I have no clue.
Right?
I'm
Anyways,
I'm guessing he, after all the stuff he did to you that first month, the second month was your recovery process, as you're remembering that. So now, roll again for month 3.
month 3, let's get some action, right? Oh goodness, 2. I'm gonna try the other dice next time.
All right. So
Pulling
the
our
first of
first
two, then.
card. 7 of clubs. Stay in the clubs.
All right. This one says mommy. Your mother left her successful career to raise you and your siblings. Maybe that's why she was so harsh on you as you grew up. She wanted you to become a version of her she had to give up on being. In many ways, you are becoming more and more like your mother with each passing day. Then
Whoa.
we pull from tower, which subtracts from the die.
Whoa. That's crazy. So little did you know, mommy had a secret of her own. You were the first one to go
Well,
to
you
the
know,
dark side.
you know the thing they say about how kinks are hereditary. Apparently,
Well, they've been saying a lot of things about DNA that I'm just like, are you sure about that 5 minutes?
I like. There's this one clip I said where it was some woman TikToker said, "Did you know that kinks are hereditary?" And this guy's like, "Wait a minute!" And he busts to his mom, going, "So you like midget porn?"
Oh, man. Some of these people's parents. All right, we're moving on. We have a 10 of
Uh,
hearts. It's the first heart.
the first heart. This is going to be about him. His
Okay.
his devotion.
Uh,
You love how he tests your devotion to him by threatening to kill someone you love or destroy something important to you.
hmm.
Well, what the fuck? First off, it's almost godlike. You think you love how far he will go to keep you here. Again, what the fuck?
But why would I do something like that? I'm doing all of the things. So why would that even become a thing unless it's just something that over breakfast you casually bring up? Oh, by the way, I'm going to murder your mother who you don't like anyways. Or, the grandparents that are already dead. I don't know. We haven't gotten to anybody else yet, but I don't know. I wouldn't be too upset. Maybe that's why I love him because that's it. I want it done. And if me does protest too much.
God, I don't know why. I got the soundbite going through my head of where it's like, "Oh my god, oh my god."
Every time I hear that, I hear it in Cartman's
All
voice.
right, that
Oh my
was
god. So I think we got one
all
more.
right. So that was month 3 now, I think. Nope, you only had 2 cards for that month.
Okay,
So,
two. I gotcha.
yep. So now we're on month 4. Roll the die again.
Where's my life at this point? I'm rolling again. That was a bad roll. Uh, two. Two again. This dice is no better than the other
Oh,
dice. I feel like I got loaded dice here. Monopoly. What the fuck? Oh, I got to pull
all
the
right.
card. King of
Yep. First of 2.
Diamonds.
Okay. This is interesting. King of Diamonds. Husbandry. A swollen abdomen and a rectal examination confirms that you're pregnant with his child. He's
Mm.
ecstatic, loudly proclaiming his newfound fatherhood throughout his halls. You wonder if you'll end up exactly like your own mother. Do not discard this card. Set it aside where you can see it.
All right, we got the two set aside, and boy, it's almost like this is progressing exactly the way the author thought it would. I came to the castle, I laid down like a good girl, I got my surgeries, and now we're having a baby. That's awesome.
All right. Second card of the month.
Oh yeah, 8 of diamonds. What's he gonna
A
do to
can-
this child? The demented
an eight
fuck.
An 8 of diamonds is a candlelight dinner. He prepares a feast for the both of you. A finely curated selection of your favorite foods divided into childhood treats. Divided into childhood treats to organic desserts to plant-based vegetarian mains. It's all very well researched. And again, I subtract 1 from the die there on that.
That's so funny. I'm glad that this is the most inclusive area of the game. If you're a vegan, don't run away. If you like meat, don't run away. It's okay.
So,
We'll feed you whatever you want. It's because
I,
I'm
I
pregnant.
I love how this is just disgustingly like somehow the most wholesome part of this game is you get pregnant by him and in celebration he makes a feast for you.
I know. I feel like I'm jacking this game of its original horrific intentions because I'm actually making out pretty nice with this guy so far.
All right, month 5 now.
We're gonna roll. Oh, cool. I got a different number than 1 or 2. It's a 4.
Okay, one of four.
And I picked a 4. So what the fuck is going to happen? 4 is something's going to happen. 4 of hearts.
Four of hearts. Okay, this is about him. His warmth. You love how you fall in love with him each and every day you wake up next to him. You love how he rubs his hand against your cheek and pulls his body tightly against yours. You love how it feels like waking up to another dream.
Okay. Yeah, I mean, like I said, I really haven't had a bad time yet.
Yeah, it's like it's weird. It started off like horrifically, and now somehow we're getting wholesome with this. This is strange.
Maybe this whole thing is going to end with him falling in love with me and turning him into a horse. Oh,
That would be
wouldn't
interesting.
that
That
be a
actually.
twist?
All right.
King of Hearts. We're staying with him in the King area.
So we're already pulling three. Okay, his everything. You love how you need him and he needs you. It's like he was made for you as much as you are being made to be for him. It's something you could see yourself enjoying for the foreseeable future. So you drop on your hocks to propose to a life of married bliss with him. He responds with a tearful yes. Okay, again, that's another from the tower. And also, again, don't discard the card. Set aside where you can see it.
All right. And I think I got one more card to pull for this month.
That was three kings now, right? That's three kings now
That's
you've
three
pulled.
kings. Yeah.
Okay. And I think that was no, that was two. So you have this card and one more. This
Two.
next card is three of four.
All right. Gotcha. 3 of hearts. We're just going to
Three
expose
of
his heart.
hearts,
Rip it
his
out.
lips. You love his kisses, how he knows the exact pressure to use and where to use it. You love how it shows that he's sensitive on the inside. You love how he makes you feel as if you deserve it. And we're still subtracting down, so we're at 19 now out of 30.
Okie dokie. And that was 3. This is
So,
4. 8 of spades.
mm-hmm. Eight of spades.
That's it.
Okay. Oh, so were you? This is a transformation. If this will actually move, hold on. There we go.
I
Eight
say I
of
don't know how much
spades.
further we can go. Oh, I need a
Hold on.
tail. I need the hope this is my tail.
Yeah. Eight of spades is grazing therapy. While
God
your
damn it.
human body is still unable to digest plant matter properly, he makes up for this by feeding you specialized enzyme pills before your daily meals of grass, hay, and the occasional fruit and vegetable. By the end of the month, he has you grazing at the meadow for most of your meals, looking on with pride as he watches comfortably with a cup of tea from his veranda. Draw a red dotted line around your belly and anus and pull from the tower.
Bless the hearts of the people who actually mark up their assholes for this.
I feel like that would not feel good if you got a little bit of that marker stuff on your butthole.
Yeah, I hope it's non toxic.
Exactly. That's really. So it's so during this entire month you're out there and you're doing your grazing therapy as he's looking at you with love and affection.
I'm eating well. Obviously, I'm eating for 2, so that's good thing. You gotta get into the habit of being a horse pretty quickly. Although I'm still pissed about this tail. If you call me a horse, I ain't got a tail yet.
Now, all right, now we're on month 6.
So we're rolling again. Here we go. Oh, here's
Mm-hmm.
another 4. That's exciting. All right,
Okay.
this should be fun.
All
10
right.
of clubs.
10 of clubs is your first time. Flashback to the first time you lost your virginity. You remember feeling scared and disgusted, and then strangely comforted. You remember the very moment you orgasmed for the first time and how your mind was momentarily cleared of your anxieties and insecurities. You remember wondering if this was how love felt like. You remember falling hard for your then boyfriend. You remember how he left after and made you question yourself for years after if you could trust yourself to not fall for someone who'd break your heart.
Hmm. Boy, this sounds like Confessions of a Wimpy Diary.
Yeah.
All right, so that was one. This is two. King of
Hmm.
Spades. King of Spades, and I think that's our fourth king. That
That
is our fourth
is
king.
facial elongation.
God damn it. It's still not the fucking tail. What the hell?
The time for the most important part of your transformation has come, where he cuts up your face and fits a framework of bone sliced from your shins and ribs to your skull. Over time, he removes flesh, fat, and tissue from different parts of your body to build you a new face that resembles a horse, but not quite. Part of this process involves splitting the front of your skull and opening it up like a cabinet, spreading your eye sockets to the side, and molding your nose into a snout. After the surgery, your face is completely covered in bandages, and you are unable to see how you really how you really like. It should be how you really look like. You
Right.
fear you might be ugly, but he assures you that he'll love you regardless. By drawing red dotted lines, divide your face into cheeks, nose, brow, and jawline. Pull from the tower. Do not discard this card. Set it aside where you can see it. Now I'm going to read the final part because all these kings have separate parts for if you they're the fourth one you draw, and this is the fourth king. If this is the fourth king you've drawn, he unwraps your bandages, revealing a scarred and malformed approximation of a horse head made of lumpy bits of hard flesh, stray patches of hair, and exposed bone. Your heart sinks, and you gaze into your new hideous self, realizing that you've gone too far to turn back. As he lovingly nuzzles the bumps and crevices on your skin, you finally accept that this is who you are and give in to the transformation. The game is over.
That would hurt if I just got done with surgery and you want to nuzzle up against me. I mean, like, bitch, boundaries. Remember those boundaries we talked about earlier? How about don't nuzzle me after surgery? That's a boundary. Oh my goodness. Hunter, where the hell did you find this crazy shit?
Th- Now, this was made by a company called the author who made this works for a company called Line Press, who is known for a somewhat popular game called the Lancer RPG, which is a very crunchy mecha tabletop role playing game.
Ugh, crunchy.
Now,
Yeah, you
I
know what?
gotta,
I feel it. I
yeah,
do. That's coming through
yeah.
with clarity.
Hold up, and I'm trying to find this guy's
It's
uh,
X, the big
profile really quick,
reveal.
just
Right.
so I can show you what he looks like. His X,
You
yeah, because
know,
I know he's on X. Because when Nerdcock, go ahead.
oh no, yeah, I was just gonna say that's actually not a bad runtime either, for something short and quick and hilarious. I don't know, I got a kick out of that. I thought it was fucking hilarious. I have a sick sense of humor though.
Yeah. I cannot find his profile right now, but
Ah, damn.
Nerdcognito did an episode a while back
Uh-huh.
where because Ryan found it because it has been a running joke on Nerdcognito for the longest time about Horse Girl,
Oh
just how
yeah.
horrible of a game it is, and we make like Horse Girl jokes like you can lead a what was the joke I used? Um, I forgot. A beat like beating a dead horse girl kind of jokes like that. Just
Right.
any kind of horse pun you think it just replaced with horse girl.
Right.
And basically, and so the young guy Jack, like maybe like I want to say mid late 20s. This guy is, and everyone's talking about horse girl because I'm still making the jokes every now and then. I still make the joke every now and then because I just love it. I love seeing everyone's reactions.
Uh-huh.
And one of the main episodes they did on their Tuesday stream was Jack asked, "What's Horse Girl?" and they did it, and Ryan actually got the PDF and did a whole kind of review. And Jack's just like, "I changed my mind. I want to leave."
No, I know there's also a YouTuber or a streamer or something that no, they're legit. They either wear this horse mask all the time or they've augmented their face in some fashion. I can't remember what it was, But I watch a lot of trash YouTube too, so I don't know. If I find it, I'll pin it, or not pin it, but I'll put it in the comment box so that everybody else can look at it. And if anybody in the
Yeah,
comments thinks of it before I do, pin it and put it in there
yeah,
because it's hilarious. These people are out there for real.
yeah. So I'm actually surprised because you kept on bringing up the tail, and they actually don't have a option for a horse tail surgery on here,
Shut up. Oh, so I
of
was
all
never
things.
getting the tail. Oh,
Yeah.
fuck.
Now, now I have to read you this one because again, that's just one of different ways that you could have your whole horse girl transformation could have gone
Right.
because because like this one was the one that got jacked the most was a mammary gland relocation surgery. He relocates your breast to the area above your iliac crest, just beside your belly button, and then enlarge your nipples into teats using stretching exercises and carefully placed cuts. When the month is over and your wounds are healed, a series of suction tests and hormone injections reveals that you are now capable of lactation.
Yeah, he wouldn't have had to work that hard. I'm just saying.
Well, he did already get you pregnant.
Right? Yeah, I kind of feel like we bypassed the whole raunchiness of this game somehow. The cards were good to us tonight.
Yeah. So let me read you the other
I
endings you
actually
could
got
have
a love
gotten.
story out of this crazy shit. Could you
Yeah.
imagine?
Yeah. Of all the degeneracy that this game is, we somehow got the most wholesome ending, kind of.
I mean, I got my
It's like
transformation.
wholesome end. Yeah. It's if this was a video, it'd be like good ending? Question mark.
The best you can ask for, I think.
So let me read to you the other endings you could have gotten if you drew one of the other kings as the fourth one.
All right,
So
sounds
if it was the if it was the king of clubs, if this is the fourth king you've drawn, you finally accept to yourself that no one will ever love you like he does, and apart from him, you are truly and completely unlovable. You wholeheartedly give into the life he has prepared for you, transformation and all.
well, I wouldn't have had
So
the
that's the
face.
first. Yeah. Then the sorry. Let me
Don't
get a
die
drink
on
of
me,
water
Hunter.
first. There.
Don't die on
Oof.
me. We're almost there. 8 minutes and we'll be there.
All right. Then, for the King of Diamonds, if this is the fourth king you've drawn, you stop thinking and surrender yourself to the transformation, giving into thoughts of sweet carrot lunches and long walks in the nearby prairie. A year later, you give birth to a beautiful half human, half horse child who shares your flowing mane and elongated face.
Well, damn. I kind of feel like that was the ending we were supposed to get.
Yep. And then on the King of Hearts was, if this is the fourth king you've drawn, you have a beautiful wedding, just the two of you, by the creek where the fairy rings grow. He pronounces the both of you husband and horse. You give in completely into this life you've chosen.
Yeah, this person really wants to marry a horse.
Now, there was a fifth option though in this game.
Oh no.
If you had
Dying.
driven if you had driven the Ace of Hearts at some point, let me read this to you. Something clicks inside you. This whole thing, it isn't what you want. This isn't going to make you happy. You make your decision. Now it's time to plan your escape. But you're going to have to be careful about this. You know exactly what he's capable of when he gets upset. Do not discard this card. Put it to the side and place 10 tokens on it. At the end of each day, after writing in your journal, roll a d6. On a result of 6, remove a token from the card and describe how you take one more step into freeing yourself from him. When you remove the last token on the card, make a final pull from the tower. If the tower stands, you successfully escape and leave him behind. Describe how you escape to return back to your previous life, forever scarred by your experiences. If the tower falls, you escape, but only after killing him and giving into the transformation. Describe what happens to you now that you've become more horse than girl.
I say at that point, I'm just gonna wait until I'm fully horse and I'm gonna run the fuck away. It's not gonna be that hard.
Yep.
I'm gonna stomp your ass to death and then I'm just gonna run away. And you got nobody to blame but yourself.
And the reason it asked you to hold on to some of those aces was because if you had that ace along with the ace of hearts, instead of a 6 on the die, it would allow you to remove a token on a 5 or a 6 on the die at the end of each month.
Gotcha.
So you would have had a more of a chance to escape if you went that route.
Right.
Now,
I
there's
didn't
a
wanna. I wanted to
let
stay.
me take a moment, breathe. What happened? Did you escape the estate and cut ties with your beloved? Or did you give into the transformation, accepting your new life as a horse and a wife? Look at your body. Take time to look at the dotted lines you have drawn on your skin. Are you happy with how things turned out? How far did the transformation go before the game ended? How much of you has changed? Do you think there's still a chance that things can go back to normal? Then, think about the choices you have made. Think about why you would have gone on for think about why you have gone on for as long as you did. Ask yourself why you thought this was a good idea in the first place. I think we're all asking ourselves that right now.
It was good for entertainment on a Friday night. Come on, guys, let's be real here. This was great.
Ask yourself how far you would go to feel loved. Ask yourself what you would do to feel safe.
You know what? It's so fucking funny because I feel like after just, experiencing something like this, it doesn't turn me off to bad products anymore. It's like, look, you can go through it and make fun of it the whole time and actually find out that you can rig the system. You can come out a happy horse girl with a, pregnant body and still be happy.
Although you would have to try to figure out, explain why, because the surgery wouldn't even make you like have horse genes unless he did like some sort of weird like techno science babble whatever thing
He's
for you
not a
to have
very
a
good doctor if he has to rip open your whole skull to fashion a horse face to your face. I mean, I know that's redundant, a horse face to your face. But why would you need to break my whole face open? You could just literally mold into like some cartilage.
I don't know. I'm
I don't
assuming
think
this
they're very smart. Whoever wrote it, they're not very bright.
are these people ever bright or smart though?
No. No, they're really not. That's why it's so easy to make fun of them, even if you partake in playing their games.
Yeah. So I love because I was expecting you to just be completely horrified by this, but instead we got the complete opposite with
Yeah.
this game.
I have a pretty dark sense of humor. Stuff like that doesn't bother
Yeah.
me. And that's why I was a little interested to get into it too, because I am a horror freak, to be honest with you. And when people say, "Oh my god, I can't watch this movie," or "This scares me," or "This really freaks me out," it just always fascinates me, the issues that people have. I'm like, yeah, I can watch somebody have their whole freaking tailbone ripped out and not think twice about it, but god, don't put me on a roller coaster.
Yeah. Now I'm actually trying to think because I've wondered about this. Is this supposed to be some? Is this supposed to be some sort of propaganda where, like, if you were suffering from like a what's the actual like medical term for
Dysmorphia.
yeah, gender dysmorphia? Is this supposed to like confirm that for you, or like is this supposed to be like it's very much a bad thing? Because it's hard to tell with with this game. Like, was this supposed to like if you like say because this is very much like on the same vein of that
Mhm.
kind of issue. Like, so if you're someone with gender dysmorphia and you play this game, will you feel like reaffirmed more about your gender dysphoria by playing this game, or is this supposed to be like kind of like a warning thing? Because when you
It's
look
so
back at
yeah,
the when you look
that's a
back
good
at
question.
when you look back at the beginning of the very first that thing where it says dedicated to all those who have had their lives irreparably ruined by the choices they made under sound mind. What does he mean by that?
Yeah, I did kind of notice that, because the theme of all of this is that somebody is breaking you down and forcing you to be something you're not in order to gain their love and affection. But that was the premise of leaving your old life and falling in love with him, is that those people didn't like you for who you were. So you left them behind to find this guy who said he was going to love you for what you were, but that was only after he turned you into a horse. So I get the feeling that the author themselves feels like the message is no matter what you do or what extremity you go to, nobody's going to love you. And I feel like that was what their thought process was. They wanted to like depress everybody that played this game to make them feel the same way that they felt.
Yep.
Backfired.
Yeah. I'm really trying to find where the heck this guy's X profile is.
Oh, he's got to be a very special ray of sunshine in the universe, I'm sure, because individuals like that, and again, back to the idea of why do you think that this is all torturous if somebody is really building themselves in the image of the person that loves them? Then you wouldn't think that's a idea. I mean, obviously, we're talking about the extreme physical modifications, but
Yeah, you did not. Yeah, like it was more. It was more like basically for a better sense of it, like the grooming process of making you think more like a horse and be able to digest like one. So I am
no,
trying to.
eating's is important. So I'm glad they focused a lot on that. I mean, but if you do a book, if you do a game, if you do any type of creative endeavor, my only ask of you people is to do some damn research. Make it realistic. Like it's okay to be
Okay,
fictional, make your own rules, but if it's going to be, pertaining to the
okay.
real world.
So I found his ex. It is under protection, but this is what the guy looks like.
Oh. Am I allowed to give my honest thoughts?
I mean, we're on Rumble. Be as honest as you want.
He looks like he's on his way to a horse transformation. He even got the bug eye glasses on top of his head. Oh my goodness. The his own eyes could be the nostrils of the horse. That's fucking weird.
Yep.
I'm sorry, my guy.
No, but I've actually because of this horse girl game, it gave me the idea. Because did you ever see the movie Tusk?
No, that one I have not.
It's very much in the similar vein where this guy gets kidnapped and this crazy deranged doctor scientist starts to turn him into a walrus.
Oh, okay.
So
Kinda
what
like
I
Through the Looking Glass.
so originally because some of the stuff that is made for Limitations of Flame Princess RPG is a lot of body horror stuff and
Mhm.
just the extreme of a lot of stuff. I was gonna make a module for that game before I found him before he decided to wear his Donald Trump as a "See you next Tuesday" shirt. So
Yeah.
I was like, nope, not going to give him any attention or money. But I did come across this game. I did buy this game a while back, Atomic Shadows, which uses the Shadow Dark rule system, and it's kind of Fallout meets Gamer World kind of deal. But it
Very
has in
cool.
here a mutated animal ancestry because it calls races in the Shadow Dark is referred to as ancestries. I don't
Okay.
know. I don't know why. It's like this was at the time when people were trying to do when Shadow Dark got released. It was right when the OGL scandal was happening. People were just
Mm.
trying to make sure and avoid like any wording. So a lot of people were just even avoiding using the word race for that reason. They were doing like species and ancestry and stuff. But I was thinking, what if I took the mutated animal ancestry and reflavored it as like you're like this weird, just gross like aspect of an animal that was being surgically done upon, and it's an adventure where as you're these grotesque animalistic now beings, you're trying to escape this science lab that you were all being surgically done upon, and you have to and then you got to defeat the doctor to escape as well, kind of deal.
Yeah, that's definitely a different idea, and, again, that taking up one concept and turning it on its head and kinda playing off it, that's pretty cool.
Yeah, because I got the inspiration from the Horse Girl game. I'm like, what if I just flipped that on its head,
Yeah,
basically?
yeah. Shit, I'd take that game and say, "Alright, after your transformation, play on that escape process and do, like, escape from horse girl life," where, you have to learn how to, I don't know, de de-do all the things that he did. De-do.
Yeah, because I'm looking at the because of course like in game mode, you roll for like the mutations you got because you have there's avians, mammals, insects, and reptiles. So you can easily just roll up for like what animal you have like the features of, like, and it's
Right.
a so instead of it being because in this game you would be the radiation would have mutated you to the point where you're then developing these features, but instead I'm reflavoring it to where it's like no, you have these features because this doctor has been experimenting on you and basically just surgically put these features into you. Like let's say like if say I rolled for an elephant, I got the elephant, and all of a sudden I have this giant trunk of a nose now attached to my face.
Yeah. Very interesting concept, but hasn't been done that I know of, and I know there's a lot of obscure things out there, so, correct me if I'm wrong.
Yeah, and this isn't really a much of a not kind of a review, but it's more about the idea of this is also some shit someone made and it got
Mhm.
put out there kind of deals. What I was thinking of because it's funny because again I got stuff I just came across just looking through Draft RPG, IPG, or even itch.io. Like, because for some reason, well, I do get a lot of good games from itch.io. It's
Mhm.
very much also kind of like a leftist haven for a lot of different things too at the same time because they have all their I think I saw they had like a Trevor Project uh, bundle that they were doing, where it's like money. If you bought that, a percentage of money was going to the Trevor Project, which is all about like trans rights and stuff, if I recall correctly.
Yeah,
And
well,
it,
those people need a haven. Unfortunately, they can't be kicked out of all aspects of
yeah,
society, so if they find a rock, let them stay there.
yeah. And then there was a guy I was following at one point, but then kid, I bought a game he made, and then I found out he put that game in the bundle for the for like it was like for no yeah I remember now because it was literally called From the River to the Sea, funds for Palestine.
Oh
That
my.
literally, I am not making this
Gotta
shit
be
up.
careful. You gotta be careful. Know where your money is going. That's extremely
Yeah.
important.
Yeah, it's saying my stream expired on top of my thing. I don't know if that means anything or not.
Yeah, that I don't know either, to be honest with you.
So,
Rumble Studio. You gotta
yeah.
love it.
I mean, it looks like we're still live currently on my end. So I think we're okay for the most parts, I believe. I hope so. I'm not entirely 100%.
Well, fingers crossed.
Yep.
We've had a good solid hour. I don't know how much further you wanted to go. I always worry about, the flashy things. I hope
Yeah.
that everything's good, but I would hate for it to be not
Yeah.
streaming.
It could be just be something weird that's going on. I don't know what, but I'm not going to worry about it. The one thing I did want to talk about because again, we also the reason we also review these games for the show is also we kind of look at them kind of like from the cultural aspect. Like we kind of was talking about the whole was it supposed to be kind of like some trans ideology type stuff? Was it not? Because the other thing I brought up, and I kind of brought this up last night too, when you were doing your stream with Amanda, was watching Sean has do his video about the male loser epidemic, and because I'm trying to I can't exactly say quote for quote what she said, but it came to the part was like the reason why men have become, I guess the theory is men are becoming stay at home sons, where they're just kind of staying at home and they're just doing kind of doing their thing and just kind of living life at the point. They're not really going out and doing much. And I think one of the things is one of the things she said was a lot of the guys like, and I can relate to this, like we're wanting we want escapism now from everything that's going on. Like that's kind of what these games are for me. It's like this is my escapism from everything that goes on. Like I go work all day. I'm sweating my nuts off with the humidity we got going on here, and now I get to go home. And then I guess I get online, and then I either play with some friends or I read through some of these books I got, and I figure and I just lose myself. And it's the same, not just with this, but with video games as well, because everyone brings up men need to get off the video games and stuff. Well, it's like men need a way out as well, kind of deal. Like if after a hard day, it should be all right for a man to just sit for like maybe an hour and just play his favorite video game if he wants. Just let him relax a little bit, and then he can go about and do what else he needs to get done, kind of deal. So
Shu made a very excellent point against Tommy Loren and what's her face from Fox News. I can't remember the blonde's name. That's how much I watch Fox News. But it was along the lines of these. individuals aren't in this predicament because that's where they necessarily want to be, but they don't belong in other spaces. And, it kind of goes back to that lefty thing that I just said. If they find a rock, let them hide under it. Men do need hobbies. And
Mhm.
unfortunately, any type of hobby that they are attracted to gets some sort of societal backlash, and that is leading to, in my opinion, the withdrawal of men from any type of society, and that's including table games and video games, because the individuals that are streaming now on like gaming apps and things like that, they take away the fun for people like my husband, who he's not on the game all the time. He doesn't want to go in and play with bots. He doesn't want to go in and play with people who are streaming all day, every day, and using, hacks and cheat codes to go in and up their scores and get better, whatever it is, whether that be college football, hockey, Call of Duty, whatever the hell he wants to play. And, I'm sure it's the same on the RPG side, where you are afraid to sit down at tables because you don't know if the person sitting next to you is going to have a negative reaction to this game or the setting of the game. And then the big, rules, and do you feel comfortable and all that jazz, because of how realistically these people take these, whatever they're getting into. It's not even escapism anymore. It's they want to be in this world.
Yeah. And I actually, funny thing that you brought up about sitting at the table, because before we came on here, I posted on someone's post early because hold on, I think I may have shared this. Well, yeah, I posted a video, but I am kind of friends with the author of the guy who made Barrows of Borderlands, which is a zero edition clone. So this is very much like old school D&D rules, the chainmail, all that.
Mhm.
And he made a post about he was talking about he made a post on Reddit of all places. I don't know why I made him go there, but people still use Reddit. That's their prerogative. I stay away from that hellhole as much as I can. And he was talking, I think, and he was on a RPG Pundits show a straight YouTube channel a few weeks back. Just he was interviewing him, asking about the game and all that jazz. And people don't like the RPG Pundit because of his political leaning, for the most part. Even though Pundit, it was one of the main one of the many creators that was behind like the original 5th edition build, basically. So,
Mhm.
like Pundit was part of that. But because of his political leanings, he's kind of now the outcast and all that. And everyone talks about him. And people were saying, like, because the guy said, someone asked him about why he went on his show. I was like, he just wanted me to talk about my game. I don't talk politics in my games. And the person's like, oh, then you're a coward because you won't just be out there and just say what you are. And I replied with, because he was like, why does it matter what my politics are? And I said that as much as I politics post on my own X page, because that's where I feel the most free to do so. I won't do it on YouTube. I won't do it on my Facebook. I won't do it on my Instagram. I feel perfectly more fine doing it on X. But as much as I do that, I post a lot of TTRPG content as well. And when I actually do like my more main focus on gaming content, no politics gets brought up unless it's maybe something like maybe tied into the game or something. And I said I wouldn't be the Ultramaker Teacher RPGer. I wouldn't be needing to feel like I would have to talk about politics in gaming if they weren't shoved in there to begin with. Is what started this all. Was people were shoving it was mostly more on the left and on the right, but now it's kind of a weird mix of both that's kind of happening. And I'm
Mhm.
just like, when I'm at the table, all politics are off. I don't care whose side is who. I don't care if we agree or disagree. We're here to play and have fun. And what's actually was funny was when I was, because I ended up we had a big, with the weekend that I had my convention that I attended.
Mhm.
That's Friday night going to Saturday. We had a giant storm that came through, and it woke me up early to the point where I couldn't fall back asleep. So I just got up, got ready, and actually went to the hotel the convention was at early, like super early. So I was just waiting for everything to open up so I can go in and prepare. And I actually met one of the table I was running today was one of the 6 players. And he looked, and I'm just waiting there, and I'm holding up my Horde Wars book because I was running the Horde Wars Basic, and he sees me holding the book, and he's like, "Are you Ultra American?" And I like froze for a second there because I'm like, "Oh crap, is this going to be good or bad?"
Good or bad witch?
because 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 I did use my username for like the username for my account that I used to set up the whole stuff with. But
Mhm.
so but I don't really have it's not really connected to my X, but my X is kind of listed, but I don't know how many people actually go and look at that. So I was expecting someone to actually have gone and look at my profile on X. So and we actually as we were waiting, we're actually talking and I'm talking about and actually some of the stuff gets brought up as like, well, you've seen what I post on X, but I'm not going to bring that to the table. I will state that up front. It's like I feel like I'm very much more free to share my opinions on X than I am anywhere else, but you will not see that at my table. So, but he was a cool dude. He didn't really bring it up that much. He just introduced me by my X handle. So I didn't know like, oh no, is there going to be people here that are going to freak out because of what I go by on X? So
Well, what we have to realize is that we are who we are always. And most of the time, people are more than willing to judge you based on your actions than your preferred policies. And for a bunch of people who really want to play in fantasy world, they let the real world hang that up a little too often than not.
mhm.
So, if we could fix that, that'd be great.
And what was funny about the convention was they had like pronoun pins and stickers for
Hmm.
people to wear if they wanted to, but they weren't like forcing us to wear them. Like I didn't wear one at all the entire weekend I was there. No one got onto me for it. I saw like I didn't even there weren't even that many people wearing them. I think people just had them to collect. They just put them in their bags or something and just went about their business. So
It could have been promo from whoever was supporting that particular agenda and, just wanted to pass
yeah,
out their own merch.
yeah, I did. It's like I did win a board game when I
Woo!
was there though. So I got this. It's Munchkin Shadowrun.
Super cute. Oh my
Yep.
goodness. I like the Loch Ness monster on the front.
Yep. Yeah, so it's basically the Shadowrun setting, but you're playing the Munchkin card game in it basically.
Yeah. That's
So it
adorable.
yeah, it was fun. I was trying to they also had a silent auction. I was trying to win this cool Batman backpack for my son, but someone beat me on it. So
Damn.
oh
That
well.
always happens. It is what it
Yeah.
is.
But it was fun. I mean, I had a because the first table I had that was Saturday morning. Six guys, they were all older gentlemen, and they
Hmm.
just wiped out all the goblins I threw at them just because it's six players. And then the final group I had on Sunday, it was one guy, but all the others were like young D&D fifth edition players. And I knew, and because they started asking questions like, why does this spell not work the same way as it does in D&D kind of deal? So they were trying to figure out like how it worked and why it was so different from how they usually play. And I'm just like
Different
these
game, dude.
exactly different game. It's like it's supposed to provide a challenge. Like I don't want to call it realistic, but
Hmm.
it's more about like how would magic actually work. Like you wouldn't actually be able to just do fireball, 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 fireball like you can in D&D because you have all the spell slots for it.
Right.
And even in like my Kooks 2D10 that I play with every like Sunday morning with some of the guys, that magic system you pay with your own health points to cast spells. So yeah, so at my level I can cast as many fireballs as I want, but I'm slowly draining my life away as I'm doing so.
Yeah, the consequences vary per rule system, but
Yeah.
it always makes sense to throw some sort of consequence in there for whatever action is happening, just to illuminate that for every action in real life is a equal but opposite reaction. Now, I was spoiled because our dungeon master, when very long time ago, he was epic, and I don't think that there's anybody that will ever be able to recreate that first table that we were all at. Not just
Mhm.
nostalgia.
Yeah. I did get to play in one because there were a few other people that were running RPGs, but it's like oh, they all have the same ideas. They wanted to do them like first thing in the morning to get them out of the way, so they can spend the rest of the afternoon like playing in the board games and check out the vendors and stuff. I bought so like there was this one stand that had dice for cheap, and I bought like so many dice. It was ridiculous.
That's
And
addictive. That's like
yeah,
cigarettes.
and there was this one guy that was there, and he's still in the process. He was make. It's funny because he's named after my dad, so it's like it's an easy name to remember. And he was working on his own D100 fantasy system,
Oh God.
and
Good
but the
luck to
idea
you.
it's definitely got some more little crunch to it. But it was interesting to the fact that it was supposed to be more focused about like how you are on the narrative. Like it's not like can I do this? It's supposed to be more like I want to do this, and then the
Mhm.
GM kind of dictates like how that or may not work depending. It's supposed to be more of the like you tell me what you're doing, and then we'll see what happens kind of deal.
You like,
It's
before 5th edition D&D was a lot more open-ended to that fashion.
Yeah, and so it was different, and again, it's like it was like there were like seven of us playing, so we're all trying to learn this new system. But it was fun because we were fighting this weird like trollish abomination that just had heads like all over itself, and if you killed one head, another head would like move up to replace that head you defeated, basically. So
Man, I tell you what, some DMs could get very creative.
yeah, and he's very. I give him credit for this. This dude is very passionate about this game he's making, which made me kind of a little bit more interested. Like he's very much what's the word I want to look for? He's very much blunt, like I
Mm,
am in some
mm,
regards. Like when I was because the idea was you have like these three different kind of class types, and
mhm.
you're making a mend of three different ones kind of together. And he said you can make like 9,000 maybe different combinations.
Wow, that's crazy.
Yeah, and I brought up the question because this has been as brought up with 5e as well with too many options, and I said that. And of course, I wasn't actually making class. I was just picking three random, be like, "Oh, this sounds cool. This sounds cool. This sounds cool." And I asked, and when I brought him that, he then pointed down to the three I made. It's like, did you not? Do you? Is that not something you would consider playing? And I looked down at the sheet, and I just kind of went, "Yeah, I would consider playing that." So it's not really the fact that it's so many options. It's the fact that yeah, those options may be you may have that many options, but you're not thinking about that. You're thinking about more like what's the character I want to play, and then you find what makes you be able to play that character, basically.
Yeah, like you said, you don't want to overwhelm people with insignificant details. If you're bogging down the process before you even get into any type of actionable move in the game, then you're just doing too much, in my opinion.
It,
It should never be that serious about a character. You want to slap something together so that you can get into the adventure.
It's all rule sets are different. This one definitely has more of the crunch mechanics, to where it's like all the stats and like your spells that you have, because you have like you have talents, you have hero points, you have mana points, you have focus points, and they all do different things with them depending on what you are and what you're doing. Because he's definitely was trying to go for the more of the this is supposed to be like you have all this stuff, and then what depending on who you are, you're able to do all this stuff because again, it's more about the narrative than the mechanics at the same time. Strangely enough,
Yeah, but then that boils down to how long is your table set to run? How long is your group going to be together? Is this something that is imperative to the actual gameplay itself? Does it enrich the experience for the player, or does it just create a congestion and a stopping in the movement of the narrative, right?
yeah, and at least but it wasn't Pathfinder crunchy. I will give it that. It was not Pathfinder crunchy.
Right, right. Well, the only thing that you could do is you could play out the games and go from there and tweak what happens and learn from other games and playing other games. So it is what it is. Creative
Yep,
process is fun.
yep. But that was my first ever convention I got to go to. Like this past weekend, I had fun, got to meet new people. What I'm wanting to do now is I want to start running Horde Wars Advanced, but what I'm doing is I got the 5e Dragonlance module, and I'm going
Hmm.
to convert it to where I can do. The Dragonlance stuff will happen in the Horde Wars setting because
Interesting.
I was looking because I could easily port a lot of the monsters and use some of the stats from this book, so it's not that hard of a conversion. Depending on what you're doing, and then in October there's another convention that's actually local. It's called Sword and Serpent Con, and it's going to be the first time doing it. They were going to do it last year, but they were afraid it wasn't going to be successful, so they put it off for this year.
Oh,
So
okay.
and it's a lot of old school gaming. So you got Castles and Crusades, you got like White Box D&D, you got I think someone's running Chainmail there, I think as well on top of that. So it's a lot of old school gaming, and I'm thinking I'm going to take Barrows and Borderlands there and run that.
Cute.
at that
I was gonna
con.
say you should do, a little bit of can video, like, can a little bit of, B-roll and share it to the people. Show them the cons. Get these people
Oh,
excited.
yeah. I mean, it's just a bunch of guys coming together and playing a game. So it's only a 2 day thing because it's going to be like it's like October 11th and the 12th only. So it's not
Mhm.
starting on Friday. It's only going to be Saturday and Sunday. But I mean, it's just going to be just nonstop gaming all day. And if you're running games, they actually have like what's what I'm looking for? Like
Schedules?
not schedules. Like when you get something in return for doing something, they have what's it called?
Reciprocation.
I I don't want to call it uh perks. That's what I'm looking for. They have some perks for to offer you. Like you can get like a discount on like merchandise that they may sell there, or like or you get like so much. You got
Incentives. Gotcha.
incentives. That's what
That's
I'm
the
looking for.
word.
Thank you. Like you can get like you can get discounts. I think also like if you want, like they also say if you run games this year, you get a discount on the next year's con. You also or you can switch it out and you can get like a $5 like food budget for their little for their little food vendor they'll have there
Cool. Yeah,
because
hey,
they'll have.
that's good incentive, offer a guy food and he's gonna show the fuck up.
Yeah. So so I need to remember to reach out and contact those people about it because that's what I want to do because I want some questions I wanted to ask before I just finally like, okay, I'm going to be there kind of deal. So,
Oh, yeah, roles
yep.
and, all the things that go into the back end, liability
Yep.
waivers and so
Yep.
forth. It's fun.
So, final thoughts about Horse Girl.
I shit. Seriously, I didn't think it was that bad of a game for all the prep and setup that it led to. Even with some of the other things that we went through, I'm like, God, you got to be a real sorry soul to be traumatized by a goddamn game, don't you?
Yeah. Yeah, I love how we basically got again good ending question mark is what we got.
Although we read through the cards, and I kind of am like, how does it end bad unless you decide you want to leave, and then it's like death and horror and ah.
Yeah, I think if you definitely got more of the transformation cards, that definitely would have added on to the more like the disgust factor with some of it. Because I know when Jack under Cognito saw the memory gland surgery thing, his face went white as a sheet. Yeah,
Some people have very sensitive constitutions, but it's fantasy. There's not too much that you're going to say that's going to ruffle my feathers.
yep. I mean, it's just again, it's just one of those things where it's like it's just this some another piece of shit that someone made that don't know why it's out there, but they let you put it out there. And it's funny how because again, you can buy this on Drive Through RPG, no problem. But the Red Room's Men RPG that was all about being manly and brutal as fuck got them banned from the site for some reason.
Mm, interesting. Well, let you know what what fetishes are running rampant out there, don't it?
Yeah. Well, I do not have this, I don't want to buy. I don't want to buy it just because. But it would be. They do have a. There is a Vor RPG book they have that is on Drive Through RPG.
Mhm.
And I think I may have brought it up to you once before, and it's just it's very much like the furries. It's like the bloated up furries, basically. So you know what audience they're trying to get to with that. So, and then
Right.
they made a Valentine's Day supplement that goes with it.
Oh boy. Yeah.
Yep.
I wouldn't pay money for an adventure like that, but for content to say that we experienced it, yeah, like you said, grab the piracy and bring a little bit of attention. Maybe somebody
Yeah.
will like the game. Maybe somebody else will go buy it.
I
Not
need to get a pirate hat that I just put on whenever we talk about like sailing the high seas of the internet, or just play like a Jack Sparrow clip.
Yeah, there
So,
you go. I like
because
that idea.
that's what I like to say. It's like I don't mind playing it. I don't mind being Jack Sparrow when I'm searching for stuff.
Yeah. Hey, you if you don't ask, you'll never learn.
Well, this was episode 4 of A Witch and a Paladin. So I was actually surprised that we've kept it going this long so far because it's like you never know. Sometimes you're always concerned like if something's actually going to take off, if it's going to stick around. But I like that I think it's also just because of the amount of content I found that we can be able to use for this. And again, it's not always just us reviewing TTRPG crap. I'm definitely thinking the next time we do this, I'm going to find something that we will probably both play that will be like more like, oh yes, this is actually something we enjoy
We
playing, and we're
enjoy.
not going to torture ourselves with for a change.
But, if the audience likes the torture, bring on the torture because our numbers are really great, Hunter. I think that everybody enjoys listening to us go over the craziness of the world, so at least they get a laugh out of it.
Well, they're probably all disgusted and shocked too because no one's commented on this thing, so they're probably too disgusted to even say
They're like, "Oh
anything.
my god, these people."
They're like, they're just like, or well, I of course because I'm smiling because this is so funny. But if I could make it this like a look at how disgusting face I would right now, just kind of like ah.
But we have a sick, twisted sense of humor around these parts.
you you got to have that sick twisted humor though just to make it through the bullshit we deal with now these days though. Like
True,
if
true.
like I don't know where I would be if it wasn't for all my dark humor I like to listen to here. So
Yeah, thank thank goodness for coming up in the, bully times, I tell you.
yep. So thank you for those that did join us today. We hope you weren't too horrified by our somewhat wholesome playthrough of Horse Girl, the solo journaling RPG, where you go from girl to horse. And maybe, yep. And again, I am the Ultra American Teacher RPG, again, with my good friend, of course, the Wicked Conservative. I think I'm usually on usually I'm on
Yeah, we
that's,
switched.
yeah, I'm on, I can't point! Usually I'm on the left side, but now I'm on the right side today, so.
Rumble Studio, we love you. We really do.
It's like, you haven't let me down yet. So,
We're getting through
so
it.
again, you can follow us on X and also on YouTube. All those links are going to be in in the description box down below, not the comment section, the description box. Leave a like though, leave a comment, help us get with the algorithm gods here. That way, we don't have to sacrifice a ram or anything to be able to appease them. No, sacrifice some horse girls.
I'll keep my little goat off to the side there. I like my goat. We're not going to sacrifice him.
Yep. Uh, Also in the link below, Wretched Dixie on the Red Room's website. I actually do plan to upload that to itch.io at some point as well, because they gave me permission to do that as well, because they're in the process of transferring a whole bunch of stuff over to Lulu. Because for so
Yeah, I heard about this.
yeah,
Mhm.
basically because they're over in Portugal and trying to selling stuff through their website is just so much it taxes on them. And like even to the point where it's like because the only way I could buy anything through the site is I had to use PayPal. I couldn't use my card. I couldn't use Google Pay. I only was able to use PayPal to pay through their site for this stuff. And I got a bunch of their PDFs. I own a bunch of their books, which is their own little container down here among the 20 containers I have now for books. I'm thinking about buying another one to go through them all again and figure out which ones am I actually planning to run in the future, which not. That way I can put those away and actually put them in the storage somewhere else.
Two great minds
Yeah,
as well. Very, very creative
yeah.
individuals. I like them. I like them a
Yeah,
lot.
Miguel and Sylvia are an awesome couple, and I'm gonna now that I actually got all my stuff sorted and figured out, I'm going to be recording a.
You clicked yourself off
I
there.
muted myself there. Yeah, I didn't mean to because I felt something coming up. I'm like, oh nope, I don't want to do that because of my commercial for Richard Dixie at some point. That's going to happen now that I've actually got that all figured out, trying to figure out OBS and all that. And of course, our good friend Patty, you can get his shirts at the fourth wall link that's in the description below. Giant Slayer Games, I just put his X in the account because I like his stuff. He has his own site that he sells some independent games too. Like, cause again, these are all. I don't. I lost. Oh, there are the books. Because again, these aren't from any big name companies. These are all independent creators. So I always support your independent creators. Get their books. Go to Drive Through RPG, and actually, I need to do a giveaway at some point because he actually gave me a couple extra links to do for giveaways for the Overlife books in the PDF as well.
You gotta get on
So
that.
I need to. It's like I'm actually because what I'm planning to do is I want to do a whole character creation video with this book. as
Nice.
well at some point. So that's something I need to work on because I'm going to also showcase a bunch of new characters I made with this. Because Matthew, the guy who made this, we're talking about doing like a 1v1 campaign, which just him GMing and me with all my crazy characters. Because I made a so okay, I'll say this final thought really quick and then we'll be done. he has a booklet out called Radioactive Boogaloo, which is like a lot of playtest material stuff he's introducing to see if people like it. One of
Mhm.
it is called the Chronomancer class, which is someone came back in time to the time of the world of Borderlands and Barrows of Borderlands to that time. But he went too far back, and now they're in this possibility. What I did was I made a Alex Jones Chronomancer, and I called him Axel Johns.
That's epic.
Because what
Good call. Good
Because
call.
it started as a joke because the first time I was playing with these guys because he warned me in advance. His guys are fucking nuts, and I'm like,
Mhm.
oh, so a normal typical TTRPG group, and he wasn't lying because these jokes were so off the wall that I was dying laughing, and there were some jokes where I was just like, that's wild. But we started talking about like Alex Jones if he was a chronomancer, and he comes back, and he comes back in time, and it's like it's like the radioactive got in the water. It's making the friggin' frogs gay. Also, I'm kind of retarded.
That's gonna be a fun campaign for you, for
that
sure.
oh, we say that all the time. It's like, oh, we do that all the time. We're like, oh, I'm kind of retarded. We say that constantly.
Hey, it's a good coverall. It covers all the bases.
All right. So, anything you got coming up you want to share before we close off?
Just hit us up on Thursday nights. Strange Bedfellas. The cooking season is on the latter half. We will go up until the beginning of August, I believe, and they might get a bonus episode since the Rumble Studio kind of screwed me out of an episode. So we might be going a little bit later. But if you haven't, come and hang out in the kitchen with us and talk about the state of crappy politics.
Yep. And while I'm at it, I just got this notification on my phone. If you're not following the Dungeon Delver on YouTube, his Gamma World campaign he's been running for a while now has just now started up on YouTube. So if you want to leave here, go over to YouTube, go find Dungeon Delver, and watch that game. Because again, it's like Barrows and Borderlands I have, the Atomic Shadows. It's a lot of that Fallout and Gamma World type vibe. But I think he's running the first edition Gamma World, which I actually own too. I own first edition Gamma World as well. So if you like
Sweet.
that stuff, you like the old school gaming, go to YouTube right now, look up Dungeon Delver, and go watch his live stream right now.
Yay.
So just wanted to say
Perfect
that,
timing.
and then I believe at 10 o'clock Central, my buddy Lord Mateus and his pal Gary co-host the Second Watch, which is what will be streamed to both YouTube and Rumble. So you just gotta find Lord Mateus on YouTube or Rumble, and I think he goes live on X as well. So 10 p.m. Central, look for those as well. Figured
The
I'd
night's
shout those
already
out before.
planned. How about it?
Yep. Well, yeah, everyone. Again, Ultra Mega Teach RPG here. My friend, the Conservative Wiccan. You all have a wonderful Friday night and have a good weekend. And don't get trampled to death by horse girls.